First of all, it was completely aligned with the survey because the first risk identified by the survey was political risk. So we are completely aligned with the survey. The second point that I asked people to give, what does that mean for them, political risk? And some words are immediately come, and the same for a lot of people: uncertainty, instability, loss of assets. And when I speak about loss of assets, they were a lot focused on people more than on premises of workshop. So clearly the political risk was identified as we need to manage uncertainty. And as present this morning, so we are completely aligned, we said we need to accept, because it's difficult to change the politic as risk manager, but we need to accept the consequences. That means nothing, that means manage. And manage through prevention action, protection action, and we have a lot of interesting discussion how to identify the risk. And several company has experience. They use workshop with the top management. They have also training tools. But very important remark we received from one risk manager, and it is coming from his experience, it's to listen to people in the floor locally. And he gave an example. It was in Europe. It was not so far. It was not in Middle East or in Africa. It was in Europe. And the company was nationalized, but there is a lot of signal on the floor, but not taken seriously by the top management here in Western Europe. So, very good example how to identify. First, listen, listen, and listen again. Secondly, it was to measure, how to measure the risk. And here there was no real answer because it was very difficult to assess. And there was a consensus about we need to use external bodies to give us some advice on political risk. Could be through official body as World Bank, could be through us private company for a level of certainty, security, safety, for example. But most of the company are using external support. And finally, treatment. Treatment, there is a wide variety. And I was surprised. A lot of companies are self-insured. So they don't buy any insurance about the political risk. And here we need to make the difference between political risk as nationalization, as political act, versus terrorism or violence. Because terrorism and violence could be treated with traditional coverage as PDBI or the coverage like that. And for political risk, it was very strange. A lot of companies don't want to be insured. Second point also, some use captive, but very few. And there was a representative from a regulator on the table. And he said, well, it's also a problem with Solvency II to define which capital to dedicate it to this kind of risk. So it was a very interesting discussion. One thing important for the people on the table, they discover that they're not alone. So they can share with their peers and to understand, tiens, I am not alone. There is somebody who face the same problem, and interesting the proposition of solution. It was a principle of this round table for each topic. It's a first round table, first discussion, so we don't go into detail. It was not possible in 45 minutes. But I think that first they can use some information they receive from others, but they can also take contact with their peers. I think that may be the most interesting thing. It's to exchange information. We are not competitors on that topic. We could be work in two different companies, but we are not competitors. I think it's a good format. Again, in general, people understand that they are not alone, that they can share their experience. And small group is easier to take contact with others, to ask questions to others. In the big audience, it's more difficult to do that. I think we can keep the same format, but if we want to go more in detail for some topics, we need to have more preparation. We need also to have more time. But okay, depends of the target. If the target is to continue to develop relationship between a risk manager, keep the same format. If we want to go more into detail for specific topic, we need more time and more preparation. But definitively, we need to keep this kind of round table. Well, reporting in 60 seconds was really a challenge because we have no time to prepare anything. Advantage, so it's on the spot, so we use really the keywords we receive from the people around the table. Disadvantage, so again, it's only a few words, it's not the total reality of all the discussion. So, but maybe with this kind of interview, it's also a manner to continue the discussion and to remind to the people what was discussed around our round table.